Okay. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our regular scheduled town council meeting. It's April 12th, 2026. At this time, I call this meeting to order. It is 6:02. In attendance, we have Councilperson Stroop, Councilperson David, Councilperson Haynes, Councilperson David, and Councilperson Allen. If you guys could stand and join me to the salute of the flag, please.
Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening again. A couple quick notes and changes. We are tabling under contracts and agreements, section C, item 2, the town square restaurant facility of professional engineering services. We are tabling that until next month. And section F, I don't have that page on this one. We are changing the town hall rental agreements to a workshop. And I don't think we've set a time, it'll probably be June's workshop, what we're gonna shoot for.
It'll be June workshop, 6 p.m. I don't have the exact date, but it'll be in the June workshop.
Wonderful, thank you.
What was the date?
Give me 1 second.
June 23rd.
June 23rd for the workshop. For your town hall rentals. All right, that brings us to public comments. We've got 2 signed up. Noreen DeWork, would you please approach this podium, state your name and address, please, for record.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, assemble. My name is Noreen Dworkin. I am the editor-in-chief of Vox Populi, wintergardenvox.com. First, let me say congratulations, Councilwoman C.T. Allen. It's nice to see strong women involved in politics. I wish you every success. So my question is this evening, in light of the possibility that property taxes may be eliminated, and with the recent decision by Judge Jordan to award attorney's fees to the boathouse owners, is it responsible to continue the appeal with the boathouse litigation? No, that's not all I have, but that is my first question.
We're here to take public comment.
That is one of my questions for Vox Populi this evening.
Okay. We're not going to discuss ongoing litigation. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a Q&A, it's public
Correct.
comment,
This
so.
is public comment, not Q&A.
I haven't received comments when I've asked during regular channels, so I thought I would take a shot. I also have a question about the town restrooms. We've been covering it through the workshops. And we're very intrigued with the idea of key card entry for the public restrooms that you're putting in, or the keypad entry. And we're really interested in how that might work. We're interested in whether that would go in with general construction, and whether every family in Windermere would be issued a key card or a key code. Brandy, I think that was your idea.
And there's no agreement on anything that you said, though. Ideas have been brought up, yes. So, but thank you for your comment.
Okay, we'll continue to monitor the situation.
Sure. Thank
All
you.
right, you are very welcome. Thank you very much.
All righty. Stephen Withers.
My comment's very simple. I noticed you've got Kimberly Bourne on there for the bathrooms. And just a reminder, say the project was 100,000, the architect's fees are gonna be 15%, 15,000. I'm making this up, of course. And normally you would pay 5,000 for the design, 5,000 for the construction documents, and 5,000 for the construction administration. We didn't get that when we did it before. We sort of got way ahead of ourselves. Please keep that in mind when you look at the process of the work.
Absolutely.
So this, just the main thing I want to say is they're a very, very good firm. Second is, if John wants me, I will be happy to do an architectural review of those plans gratis. This is a very small building.
No, thank you, sir.
Okay.
We did a good development now, so
All right, moving on, we're under special presentation, so ceremony of swearing in of Officer Philip Palmer.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council and town residents. I'd like to introduce today our newest reserve police officer, Officer Philip Holland. Phil, will you come on up? Phil brings a wealth of experience and hard service that aligns perfectly with our mission. He's a retired police corporal with over a decade of law enforcement experience, having served in critical areas such as crisis intervention, hostage negotiations, behavioral threat assessments with FDLE and the outreach. During his time with the Claremont Police Department, he held key leadership roles within the mobile crisis unit and played an instrumental role in developing programs focused on public safety and mental health support, an area that remains vitally important to our profession today. Philip has been featured 3 times in a Lake and Sumter Style magazine for his contributions to mental health initiatives, and he's a recipient of the Rocky Pomerantz Law Enforcement Excellence Award and numerous other department awards. He currently serves as a community liaison officer for the Central Florida Behavioral Hospital. I think we have a lot of those folks here supporting today, along with his family member. What stands out most about Philip, I think, is his continued commitment to service. Even in retirement, he's chosen to step back into the profession to give back, and we are better for it. So, Philip, come on up. I will do a ceremony of swearing in because we've sworn him in already, got him certified on that. So we'll make sure we do this in the public here. And then after that, we'd like to say a few words. You can raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I state your name.
I, Philip Holland,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
laws of the state of
the
Florida,
laws of the state of Florida,
and the ordinances of the town of Windermere.
and the ordinance of the town of Windermere.
That I am well and faithfully qualified
I am well and faithfully qualified
to serve as police officer
to serve as a police officer
in the town of Windermere,
in the town of Windermere,
which I'm about to enter.
which I'm about to enter.
So help me God. Congratulations.
Okay, so I've used the public speaking for previous agency, did not prepare anything. Want to keep it short for everybody so you can move on with the night. It's Tuesday. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate the town being welcoming. I appreciate everybody that's been involved in me making it to this point, my friends, my wife, obviously. My wife and I were searching furiously for my ribbons from my previous job before I came here. I had like a stack that people would make fun of me looking like a war general from another country. And I was really upset about it, but I thought on the way over here, I was like, this is just another good symbolic way to start fresh. And although I've achieved those things and I still need to find them somewhere, this is a really good starting point with a new agency with a continued passion for mental health and a continued partnership with the individuals in this town so that we can help raise awareness for mental health, reduce the stigma, help people that are struggling that we may not know are struggling, and just be able to work together to start something new. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you, and I appreciate everybody being here.
You guys are sharing that, family, you want to come up, take a good.
I'm gonna take one. Take it once.
Yeah, please, tomorrow.
Okay, go blue, smile.
Thank you guys again.
I need to close. I need to close it, open up the public hearing. Okay.
Right. Now, let's see, okay, that's for 2B, 2025 town winter financial statement audit. And we have McDermott 2%. Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, I'm Tammy Campbell, audit partner with McDermott Davis, here to present the results of the 2025 annual fiscal year audit. The town received an unmodified audit opinion, and that's the best type of opinion that the town can receive. General fund balance did decrease 1.7 million this year. A big chunk of that is due to all of the capital projects activity going on within the town. And some of that decrease is expected to be essentially refunded with some grant monies in this coming fiscal year. Unearned revenue related to ARPA was at 465,000 at the end of 2025, and I believe most of that has already been spent or will be spent in advance of that December spending deadline. The stormwater fund balance did increase 101,000. You had 400,000 of payments on existing debt, primarily the town administration facility. And corresponding to those increases in expenditures, you had a $2.9 million increase in capital assets, all of that infrastructure construction going on throughout the town. There was one new accounting standard that was implemented in the current year related to how we account for vacation and sick leave. The old accounting standard focused more on what would be paid out to employees if they either retired at any given point in time, or if they left in good standing. This new standard increased your liability because it focuses on what employees have earned. So at the end of the year, employees have earned sick time that they might take in the next year as sick leave, versus they wouldn't be, if they were to retire or terminate, they wouldn't be owed a payout because they hadn't reached that vesting. So you do have a slightly increased liability. It shouldn't increase any of your actual expenditures because your continuing employees, when they take that sick time, it's included in your ongoing payroll budget for that timing. Looking at general fund balance over the past 5 years, you did have a big decrease due to those capital expenditures. So we just encourage you to keep a watchful eye on fund balance, making sure those projects that you have upcoming are funding and you have those funding sources in place. And due to that decrease, your expenditures did exceed your revenues over the past couple of years. Again, you had built up your fund balance knowing you had some upcoming capital projects coming, so continue to do that. Work to save as you can, mindful of the uncertainty of the future and property taxes and what that will mean. We don't know, but just keep that in mind as you go through your upcoming budget process. Our audit reports, the town was in compliance with all the laws and regulations we tested as part of the audit. And due to the additional grant activity in this current year, in the 2025 year, the town was subject to a federal single audit. So we looked at a little more of the FDBP and the ARPA grant expenditures to make sure you were in compliance with those grant requirements. And there were no issues. The town was in compliance with those additional requirements. The one management comment over the controls over the preparation of financial statements, it's very common among smaller towns and governments, just not having that the governmental expertise to make all of those adjustments to the governmental accounting standards. We didn't notice any concerns with internal controls. The journal entries that we posted were mostly due to correcting and recording those capital and debt related entries, which we expect in those smaller governments. And we have noticed improvements over the past couple of years, trending toward with additional training to help reduce the number of auditor proposed journal entries going forward. And if there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to address them.
I do want to recognize Tara and Teresa who are in the audience right now. They worked very hard on this audit. It's never easy, especially with a staff that is so small, but they did a phenomenal job. And again, as you heard, there was no no issues with the audit whatsoever.
Wonderful.
Good job.
Good job. We don't, that was just a presentation, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so proclamation. Municipal clerk.
Oh. Have this have it already? It's already happened.
Well, you know, we're a week behind.
That's all right. There you go. I'll wait till you get there.
Okay. Proclamation, Municipal Clerks Week, May 3rd through 9th, 2026. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world. And whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants. And whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides for professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and the agencies of government at other levels. And whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful in their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and in the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. Whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk. Now, therefore, I, Lauren Andy Williams, Mayor of the town of Windermere, do recognize the week of May 3rd through 9th, 2026 as Municipal Clerks Week. And I further extend appreciation to our municipal clerk, Dorothy Burkhalter, and to all municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Dated 12th day of May, 2026. Everybody give me a round of applause for that.
Yeah, belated happy birthday.
This is really a test run this is a test run for Andy, just.
Oh, yes. Goodness. Municipal clerk gets tongue tied after a while. It ranks up there with the railroad right of way.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we're down to timed items and public hearings. At this time, I'm here to close the regular scheduled town council meeting and open a public hearing. The time is 6:22. Ordinance 2026-01, Town of Windermere, 2045 comprehensive plan. Please, Brad, you're here to present it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So again, Brad Cornelius, Dwight Trent, serving as your contract with town planner. So what you have before you this evening is your final readoption hearing of your 2045 comprehensive plan. It's been quite the journey with the state of Florida with this comp plan. So I'll give you the short version of all this. As y'all will recall, back in October 2025, we did adopt your 2045 comprehensive plan. We had the clearance from the Florida Department of Commerce to move forward with that adoption. They had already reviewed it. They had no objections. And then in December of 2025, we got a letter from the Florida Department of Commerce that said that because we changed the word discourage to prohibit on one policy and one objective, that we were in violation of Senate Bill 180. And that we had to readopt our comp plan and remove that change in verbiage. What that language related to was you have a policy within your comprehensive plan, within your transportation element, that what it said previously, and I'm going to paraphrase it, what it said, is that the town shall discourage the conversion of residential properties to commercial properties on your major highways, thoroughfares. Main Street, East 6th Avenue, primarily. And it used the word discourage. When we adopted it in October 2025, the update, we changed the word discourage to prohibit. We said the town shall prohibit the conversion of residential properties to commercial properties on Main Street and East 6th Avenue. The reason why we changed that was there's other policies within your comprehensive plan that already existed, that were already there, that did the same thing. You had a policy, you had a policy that says the town will prohibit strip commercial development along your major roadways. That's saying the exact same thing that we said in that policy. You can see in your agenda item, my emails I had back and forth with the state, giving them all the reasons why they were wrong. I also had a phone call with them, as you can tell, didn't do anything for me, other than had that discussion. So we did agree, okay, we'll just go back to discourage on that language. Because again, it doesn't take away the ability of you as town council to make those determinations, whether it's proper or not proper to make those conversions. And it lays it to you all if somebody would come forward with that part of it. So it really doesn't, in my opinion, make a big difference on how we operate and what we do here in the town. So what you're asked to do tonight is now to readopt the comp plan with that change to objective 2.3 and policy 2.3.1 of the transportation element, to go back to the word discourage and to readopt it. Also, so you're aware, we had that first reading for this back in February. I did have to resend this to the Florida Department of Commerce to get them to review it again and see what they were going to say. And the letter we got back from them in April kind of surprised us. They didn't object to what we're changing, which is good because we changed what they told us to change. But then they raised three more questions, but they weren't objections. They just said, well, have your town attorney look at these three policies. And what these policies were, one was related to a policy we have about the tree ordinance. And all the policy said was the town shall consider updating the tree ordinance. That's all it said. The next policy related to the extension of potable water. And it said the town shall continue the implementation of the potable water master plan and connect properties to potable water. And the third one they raised a question on was related to septic systems, which that one surprised me the most. And where we said the town will continue pursuing a wastewater master plan with the goal of replacing septic with sewer. So the state questioned those, as those may be more burdensome or restrictive, and asked for the town attorney to provide an opinion. So we did, Heather Ramos and her team did. We have a memo that we'll send to the state where we clearly say, I won't say what we want to say, that you're wrong, none of these are more restrictive. It's very clearly set out. So what'll happen, assuming you adopt this tonight, then I will send it back to the Florida Department of Commerce. They'll have 30 days to review it one last time. They shouldn't say anything this time, but I'm not going to guarantee it because who knows what happens in Tallahassee, but they shouldn't. And then we'll have the new comprehensive plan. So I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have for me about this.
I'm good, because I need to read it. Yeah, all right. This 2026-01 Town of Windermere 2045 comprehensive plan. An ordinance by the Town of Windermere, Florida, pertaining to the comprehensive planning adopting the Town of Windermere 2045 comprehensive plan with amendments to objective 2.3 and policy 2.3.1, transportation element pursuant to chapter 163, Florida statutes based on the finding of non-compliance dated December 19, 2025, with chapter 2025-190, section 28, laws of Florida, by the Florida Department of Commerce, providing for applicability, severability, and effective date.
Mayor, would you have to open up for public comment?
Now is the open up for public comment. I need to get it read because I was supposed to read it first. That's correct.
No worries, yes, sir.
Is there any public comment this time? All right. From you guys? None? All right, so at this time, I'm gonna close the public hearing. 6:29 PM and open the regular town hall or town council, council meeting at 6:29 PM. Any motion to approve? All right, so I've got a motion approved by Councilperson Allen, a second by Councilperson David. Begin voting with Councilperson Fear. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And so moved.
Thank you.
On to new business. We have minutes, April 14th, 2026, town council meeting minutes. Anybody have any changes or discussions for it? All right, look for a motion to approve. Second. Councilperson David and second Councilperson David. Again, voting with Councilperson Allen.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. All right, new business fees, development review board items. C 26-05, 11214, Lake Ellis Boulevard, a variance request to allow for construction of a boat dock 7.9 feet from the projected property line, whereas the town code requires a minimum setback of 16 feet from the projected property line. Brad, you are here to present, okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Yeah. Brad Cornelius, Wade serving as contract town planner. As the mayor said, this is Z 2605, 11214 Lake Butler Boulevard. This variance request is related to the rebuilding of a dock that was damaged or destroyed during a storm. And the reason why they're coming through for the variances is that the existing dock that has been there for many years is a non-compliant dock. It was only 7.9 feet from the side property line extended out into the lake at the closest point. The town, as you all know, or may know, is that we follow the Orange County's dock ordinance. So that also relates to issues when people are rebuilding a non-conforming dock. So in this situation, it is a bit unique, is they are rebuilding the dock. It is within the existing footprint of where the old dock was, but it's changing its shape, basically. It's basically getting smaller. They're removing an extension of the deck that went past the roofed area, and they're removing it. Why it has to get the variance is under the county's code that we follow for these kinds of things is that if it's a non-conforming dock, it has to be put back in the same place, at the same size, in the same manner. So even though they're reducing it, it's not the same as what was there. That what triggers it. So on the county side, they have to do what's called a letter of no objection from their adjacent neighbor, which is kind of the same thing as us doing a variance, which they did, and they did get that approval. So the county did issue the permit. On our side, we have to process it as a variance, and which was what's happening here today. So that's the situation. Ms. Sikra is here. She's the applicant for this. So if you have questions, she can help answer those. We did send out the public notices, received 6 in support, none in objection. The Development Review Board reviewed this at their meeting in April, and they recommended approval by a vote of 5-0. So I'll be happy to try to answer any questions, and again, the applicant's here as well.
Questions, council?
Motion approves the variance as presented.
Councilperson Abbott, and secondly, Councilperson Allen. That being said, again, vote, Councilperson Allen.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. It passes by.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Contract agreement, amendment to lobbying services agreement between the town of Windermere and J&J Associates. Inc. Robert, are you gonna, present this, please?
Yeah, I can. We entered into an agreement with J last year. It was a 1-year contract, because they're a boutique, lobbying firm. We gave them a chance. They did a great job. We're able to receive at least 3 appropriations. One, hopefully we can get approved once they reconvene in June. But we were able to probably get about $1.3 million with J, and for the amount of money that we've spent on them, the return has been enormous. So I wholeheartedly recommend that we approve their new contract. The fiscal impact will be about $15,000 annually. But I believe that the return is well worth it.
Any questions?
Yeah, additional questions. The $15,000 additional, is it due to expanded services or increased rates?
Increased rates.
Okay, and is that aligned with cost of living increases for inflation rates from past year?
No, it's not. I believe that they were able to get their foot in the door with the low price that they gave us. And the price that they're giving us now is still lower than I believe what we received from the other firms that responded for the contract over a year ago.
Okay.
But again, the return that we're getting from them and the amount and quality of service that we get from them as far as communication. I did not get this from anybody that I've had dealings with in the past.
Yeah, I agree. Our line, this effort is absolutely good for that.
That's it.
All right. We have a motion.
Motion to approve the amendment to lobbying services agreement with J.
Councilperson, motion. Councilperson Abbott and Councilperson Allen. Good job over here. We didn't vote in Councilperson Street.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
And so moved. All right, we've gone ahead and we are tabling the town square from facilities. Down to financial, Robert. You have anything? Under financial, or we'll just move on the board in committees?
Oh.
Yeah, they're,
Yeah, we just down to go back to the person and said.
yeah, everything else is tabled, so we're
Okay.
down to board and committee liaisons.
All right, anybody forward to meet items and have something to that?
Yes, mine was just to add in the last thing, but, one thing, Parks and Recs is doing is they're gonna do a butterfly. Farm thing, they're having to do it in Commerce Park. But I don't, but I farm, but a butterfly garden. Thank you, and, yeah. They're fine. But they were looking at, where there are, sprinklers and because it needs to be self-sufficient. One of our, parks committee members, her daughter is doing this, that's not gonna cost the Parks and Recs any money, it's okay. She's doing this and she's gonna maintain it, she's gonna keep it up. There was another option that I told them to talk, to, HPV about, but then I said that might have to come for town council, is the other alternative was maybe doing it by the old schoolhouse. Because we knew there were sprinklers and water, maintenance there, so anyway, I told her, I said that might have to come for town council if we do that, just because it's preservation and historic thing. So I said, we can do it in Farmer, let's do it in Farmer.
Who's,
It's Kelly, yeah,
okay.
it's her daughter.
She needs to come by that.
It's a college project, I believe.
Lauren put a huge one in our yard. About 2 years ago, and I've done a good one, but to buy it without the sprinkler versus what it was.
Oh.
We started out with, I've got a good list down.
So myself, yeah, well, totally, but, yeah, but no, I really like that, there's that last, meeting tax credits.
Hey, but Andy,
Yes.
we don't shop at some sites, we show review again, who has what.
You went out to me, so you have to.
All right.
All right, we have. Butler. Butler. Please raise hand. Yes, the RV. We already did, we did the RV. Good.
And parks.
You got that. I got the list, just not on the top.
Historic board and tree board.
I've got 11 for you, that I got from the state. We gotta do some paperwork for HT. Do they need? Month?
From the last meeting, I don't know if I think because, tree board I reported on last month and then we'll change thing right after, and we did have a historic board meeting. And they were reviewing the bids that came in for restoration work on Palmer and Phillips.
Okay.
And they're gathering some more information, so the actual case of this month's meeting, and then we can do it, come together. Basically that, so possible. There's a thing about people wanting to rent on Palmer for golfing.
Yeah,
That wasn't going over.
There's no bad. That's the other part, everybody keeps asking about, but that's been a long-term request of renting it out, because we did it 20 years ago.
Yeah, they did everything.
It doesn't work well. Yes, sir.
Metro planning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Elevated what?
Yep.
Long range planning?
I remember yours.
Okay.
Yeah, go to you. How's that?
No. Because I'm gone, one thing I did want to mention for everyone, the 31st of May, the Tri-County League of Cities meeting is being held here. We're hosting it, so if you all would attend, that would be great. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, Fresco's is catering it for us.
Okay, and you need the RSVP.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Karen, well, Karen Allen, the contact, we should have an email from her anyway. Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be in DC, and Friday, which one is that?
So the lunch.
It's a lunch, we lost an hour.
I think I have an all three. Yeah, sure.
That's it.
Oh, it's fine, it's a great one.
Robert, I think so, how about that?
Turn that lands on. He lives on back of chamber. There's a load goes through it.
And you're back up to SAC and a couple other ones.
Back of Dalton, so.
Good, how you meetings then? All right, cool.
Can you Robert on that?
Yes.
Only thank Just kidding. Robert?
I think you have heard from me enough this week and will be hearing more from me on Thursday, but nothing to report at this time.
Jackson?
I have nothing either. Nice to see everyone. I have nothing either. Nice to see everyone.
I'll be quick. If anybody's interested, we had a memorial Seminole County next Wednesday night, so get with me afterwards. I know I sent out a staff meeting notice the other day, so you should be caught up to speed with all that. If you have any questions, let me know. And next big thing we'll be working on for the next couple of months is we'll be doing Officer 1 and Officer 2 testing. Traditionally, I make those testing procedures, and I work with UCF Criminal Justice PhD programs, and we validate the program only. We're getting with that, so that will be probably take place in the end of August. That would probably be our biggest project for that going on, along with some of the other events. I know we got an event this Saturday. I'll be at that one, and more on the day that, a couple weeks after that.
And this is little clerk for Comfort.
Good, thank you. No, for.
All right. I'm just going to, I'm very supportive that. I was just
Just a reminder, everyone, we have, celebration this Saturday, starting around 10 o'clock. Here at Town Hall, celebrate all our listed heroes. So please come out. It'll be from 10 to 12.
Well, Saturday, I know, we're losing days. Any other
Any discussion?
poster?
So I did invite Jeff to see Jeff Hudson, there's a note of those houses. Yeah. Whole Smith photograph was in the water. It's dangerous. So I sent him photos and Jeff is sending on to Liz to start, so it might come up and that's what it is.
Let's go back up to me. Yeah.
It's, I mean, Smith
Is that the same, the Oak Eagle House?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's massive, it's just laying on its side, that is gonna cost a brick, so, and, but it's. I don't know when the next one.
I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, we probably can.
Alrighty, everybody, anything else?
And I think is it the Memorial Rotary Memorial Service is happening in here on the 25th, correct?
Yes.
Memorial Day?
And Memorial.
This one.
That's it. I'm out of town.
Yeah.
I'm out of town, that's the one.
It's 16, but I can make the 25th, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
Alright. Anything else? Alright, close this town council meeting, it's 6:44 p.m.